blacks, welcome to Black Bloc Community, and I want to talk about the secret to succeed in life. I mean, the secret to success. This is like the strangest secret according to Nightingale. And forgive my flip. Albert Schweitzer, I think it's Schweitzer, I don't know the language very well, but Albert Schweitzer, a great doctor and a Nobel Prize winner, was seated in London by a reporter, and he was asked, "Doctor, what is wrong with men today?" And the doctor was silent for a moment. He just said, he has to think. He's a great man. And he said, the problem with men today is that men simply don't think. And that's part of what I want to talk about today. The first major thing I want to talk about is that success boils down to goals. People with goals succeed, all because they know where they are going. Yeah, analogy. Think of it like a ship with a captain, a crew, and a destination. 99 out of 100 times that ship will arrive at its destination. But a ship without a captain, a ship without a crew, a ship without anything, it's just an empty ship with 100%, like out of 100 ships, none of them will go anywhere, none of them will achieve anything. They will just be floating away, drifting, and then the sea just moves them in the direction the sea wants them to go. It's the same thing when you don't have goals, when you're not moving through life with your goals. With goals, circumstances should not control your life. If you have a goal, in place, circumstances cannot dictate life. I think I saw a quote somewhere where someone once said that the human race is fixed not to prevent the strong from winning, but to prevent the weak from losing. This is the problem. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And that is, if a man is working towards a predetermined goal, is a success. But if he's not working towards an actual goal and just drifting through life, you call him a failure. A psychiatrist wrote a wonderful book called Man's Search for Himself. And in this book, he says that the opposite of courage in our society today is not cowardice, it's conformity. People acting like everyone else without actually knowing why. And this all goes back to the beginning of what I said when I said man simply doesn't think. People acting like everyone else without knowing why they're doing this, why they get up in the morning, why they get this job, why they're working 24 hours. The only man who succeeds is the man who is progressively realizing the worthy ideal, progressively going after a particular goal. Is the man who says, I am going to become this, and works towards that particular goal and puts in the whole work and the whole effort to achieve that particular goal. A success is a teacher who is teaching because that is what she wants to do. A success is a mechanic who is repairing cars and because that is exactly what he wants to do. A family man who wants to take care of his family, who loves his family and is building a home, is a success because that is what he has set his eyes and his mind on. Success is anyone who is deliberately doing a predetermined job because that is what he decided to do deliberately. Only a few humans actually do this, and this is one of the main reasons why there is no major competition in the world right now. That's why you hear of top 1%, the top 2%, the top 10%. That is a very small number for the top people at the top, for the people controlling all the resources. That is really a very small number. Instead of competing, I believe all we have to do is create, and create. I have a major question for you. Why do men with goals succeed and those without goals fail? Well, let me tell you something which, if you truly understand this, if you truly understand this completely, what I'm going to tell you, your life will never remain the same. Suddenly find out that good luck just seems to be attracted to you. Things you want, everything in life you want, just seems to be attracted to you. With ease. They all seem to fall in line. from now on, you won't have all the worries, the lump of anxieties, the problems that you currently experience. Doubts, fears, those will be things of the past. So drum roll guys, drum roll. So here is the key to success and to failure too. It is this: we become what we think about. I think we have to say this like as many times as possible to get this inside our subconscious, our brain. We become what we think about. We become what we think about. All great men, all great philosophers, they all agree to this completely. Great men like Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor with a Stoic philosophy. A man's life is what his thoughts make of it. A man's life is what his thoughts make of it. I think it was the English Prime Minister or the French philosopher. I think English Prime Minister Benjamin Disraeli. Thing comes, if a man will only wait. He said, I have brought myself by a long conviction meditation to the conviction that a human being with a settled purpose must accomplish it, and that nothing can resist a will that will stake even its fulfillment. That will stake even its existence for its fulfillment. So by Ralph Waldo Emerson, he said, a man is what he thinks about all day. I think William James said, the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. He also said, we need only in cold blood act as if the thing in question were real, and it will become infallibly real, growing into such a connection with our life that it will become real. It will become so knit with habit and emotion. Interest with it will be those which characterize belief. He also said this: if you only care enough for a result, you will almost certainly attain it. That is, if you want to be rich, you will be rich. If you want to be great, you will be great. If you want to be learned, you will be learned. If you want to be good, you will be good. Only you must really want these things and want them exclusively. I mean by exclusively, I mean not once at the same time 100 other things. Like 100 other things as strongly. 100 other incompatible things just as strongly as you want your own earnest desire. The Bible, in the biblical text, in 9 verse 23, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. I think also by Dr. Norman Peale said this is one of the greatest laws of the universe, and I found it to be one of the greatest discoveries outside of my relationship with God. And the greatest law, simply stated, is you think in negative terms, you will get negative results. If you think in positive terms, you will get positive results. That is a very simple fact, which is at the basis of an astonishing law of prosperity and success. Believe and succeed. William Shakespeare put it this way: our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we often might win by simply fearing to attempt. George Bernard Shaw said, people are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. People who get on in this world are the people who get on. I think are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want. If they can't find them, they make them. Well, it's pretty apparent, isn't it? It's pretty simple. Become what we think about. I'm going to keep saying it. We become what we think about. Okay, now it stands to reason that a person who is thinking about a concrete and worthwhile goal is going to reach it. Definitely. That is what he's thinking about. We become what we think about. Conversely, the man who has no goal, who doesn't know where he's going to, and whose thoughts must therefore be thoughts of confusion and anxiety and worry. Fear becomes what he thinks about. Life becomes one of fear, frustration, anxiety, and maybe depression. Thinks about nothing, it becomes nothing. We become what we think about. We'll say, how does it work? Why do we become what we think about? Suppose a farmer has a fertile land and chooses to plant 2 crops. One is corn seeds and the other is nightshade, a poisonous plant. Digs holes and plants the both seeds. One is corn, remember, and one is nightshade. And he covers it up, waters it, and takes very good care of the land. What will happen to it? Invariably, the land will return what he has planted. It is written in the Bible, as you sow, so shall you reap. But the land doesn't care. It will return poison, just as in wonderful abundance as it will return corn. Up come the 2 plants, one corn and the other poison. Now the human mind is far more fertile, far more incredible, way more mysterious than any other land. Works the same way. Doesn't care what we plant. Success, failure, doesn't care. Whatever you plant in the human mind, that's what you get. It's a concrete worthwhile goal, or it's confusion, anxiety, and so on. But whatever we plant, it will return to us. The human mind is the last greatest unexplored continent. It contains riches beyond our wildest dreams, and it will return anything we want to plant. I mean anything. Now, you will say, if that is true, why don't people use their minds more? Well, I think they have figured out an answer for that too. Minds come as standard equipment at birth. It is free. As usual with human beings, whatever is free, that is an issue. We don't value it. It is free. And things that are given to us for nothing, we place very little value on them. Things that we pay money for, we value. The paradox is that exactly the reverse is true. Everything that is really worthwhile in life comes to us free. Our minds, our soul, our bodies, our intelligence, our ambitions, our families, our children, our bread, our love for children and family. All these priceless possessions are free. But the things that cost us money are actually very cheap and can be replaced at any time. So the human mind isn't used primarily because we take it for granted. Familiarity breeds contempt. So the mind can do whatever job we assign to it. Generally speaking, we use it for very little jobs instead of big important assignments. Colleges and universities prove that most of us are operating on about 10% of our mental abilities. I think myself, I'm operating on less than 10%, so I understand what I'm saying. Decide now, what is it you want? Plant your goal in your mind. It is the most important decision you will make in your life. What do you want? That's the most important decision you will ever make in your life. Do you want to be a best-selling author? Do you want to be a great salesman, a good marketer, a top movie star? All you have to do is plant that seed in your mind. Care for it. Walk steadily towards your goal, and it will surely become a reality. In fact, it not only will become a reality, there is no way it cannot come to pass. Trust me. It's the law, a great law. Just like the law of gravitation by Newton, if I'm correct. A child around a building, any child at all, and the same thing must happen. So it is this walk, they are inflexible. About your goal in a relaxed, positive manner. Yourself in your mind's eye. as having achieved that goal. See yourself doing the things you'll be doing when you have reached your goal. See yourself. Every one of us is a sum total of his or her own thoughts. He is where he is because that is exactly where he wants to be. They will admit it or not. So each of us must live off the fruit of his or her own thoughts. Because what you think today and tomorrow, next year, next month, next decade definitely mold your life and determine your future. You are guided by your mind. So on my way to the stadium while I was coming here, like to make this video for you guys, I saw a truck and a very little man inside the truck driving this big truck of oil, and I was struck by the similarity to the human mind. Suppose you are sitting at a vast source of energy. You're going to sit back and fold your arms and let it run into a ditch? Or are you going to firmly keep your hands on the wheel and control and direct this power to a specific worthwhile purpose? Up to you. It's all up to you. You are the driver and you're in the driver's seat. This is your body, your human body. It's a vehicle. You see, the very law that gives us success is a two-edged sword. We must control our thinking. We have to. The same rule that can lead a man to a life of success, wealth, and happiness, and all the things he has ever dreamed of for himself, family. That very same law can lead him to the gutter. All in how he uses it, for good or for bad. This, my friends, is the strangest secret of the world. I mean, according to Nightingale, he brought up that term, not me. I didn't know we're actually having a service today, or like they're having a program. It's a Christian church program here in the stadium, so it's going to actually affect my video. And unfortunately, I didn't come with a recorder or a microphone, so I have to cut this short, but get straight to the point for you guys. Why do I say it is strange? And why do I say it is a secret? Actually, it's not a secret at all. Secret. It was first promulgated by some of the earliest wise men, and I think it appears again and again throughout the whole Bible. But very few people have learned it and understand it, and that's why it's strange, and why for some equally strange reason it virtually remains a secret. Personally, I believe you could go around town, just go out, walk around town, and ask one man after another, ask them what the secret of success is, and you probably won't run into one man in a month who could tell you what the secret is, the secret of success is. Now, this information is enormously valuable to us if we really understand it and apply it. It is valuable to us not only for our own lives, but to the lives of those around us, our families, employees, associates, and friends. Life should be an exciting adventure, not a bore. It should never be a bore. It should never be a bore to any man. I mean, this is heaven. For me, I believe truly this is heaven. I mean, I love the Bible, but this is the only heaven I know. You know, you look around, this is a very beautiful place. This is so magical and wonderful. We humans are the ones that turn this place to hell. And we now created a picture of some certain place called hell, and made people just believe in it. So the more people believe in it, the more it gets real, and then it starts becoming a reality in our present heaven, the only heaven we have. So I believe deeply inside my heart that a man should fully be alive, fully and completely. He should be glad to get out of bed in the morning. He should be doing a job he likes to do because he knows how to do it. Does it well. El Nightingale mentioned this. He mentioned that he heard Groove Peterson, as if I'm guessing the name correct, was making a speech. A one-time editor-in-chief of the Toledo Daily Blade. As he concluded his speech, he said something that I've never forgotten. It was something like this. My years in the newspaper business have convinced me of several things. Among them is that people are basically good, and that we come from some place and that we're going to some place. So we should make our time here an exciting adventure. The architect of the universe didn't build a staircase leading nowhere. And the greatest of all human teachers that has ever lived, the carpenter from the plains of Galilee, was this secret time and time again. He said, as you believe, so shall it be done to you. This, my friends, is the greatest and the strangest secret to success and in life in general. As you believe, so shall it be done to you. Whatever a man sows, that shall he reap. The Bible is more like a deep, has so many deep meanings. When you're talking about as he sow, so shall he reap. I don't believe he was talking about just plain fields, sowing in plain fields like a farmer. It was talking to each and every one of us. As whatever we sow in our mind, whatever thoughts we plant in our mind, whatever beliefs we let reside in our mind, that's going to actually happen in our outside life. As within, so without. You cannot experience what you are not. You cannot experience anything that is not on your level of consciousness. So, I think that's all for today. Yeah.